Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan, and we're in Minecraft. Today, we're going to pick up where we left off, working on the exterior light details in the midsections of the command center. It's going to be straightforward. We're just going to copy the things that we like and maybe experiment with a few new things. I do want to tackle the vertical columns and try to take the blocks that we're placing all the way up to the roof of the command center and really get a feel for how it's going to look when that stuff is covered up. But that's the plan so far. Mr. Miley, hello. Welcome in. SweetSandi, good to see you. Old Nintendo is kicking around. I saw that Wormbo has a 3-stream streak on the go. Thanks very much for the consistency. For folks that are saying that stream streaks are hard to keep up, I wish that Twitch would give out something like credit, like channel points or something for stream streaks. But if you want to not miss them, you can watch VODs within 24 hours. So if you're kind of a completionist and you want to have that stream streak go up and up and up, if you miss a stream, then you can always just watch the VOD. And I think to do that, all you really have to do is have it on. Like, I don't think you have to be at the computer. You know, you could have it on in the background while you're cleaning the, your house or mowing the lawn or something, as long as the volume's on, at least a little bit. I know that, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I definitely heard that if you watch a Twitch stream that's muted, Twitch doesn't count it. Also, the time you need to watch isn't that long. Oh, SweetSandi, I never thought about that. Like, you don't have to complete the whole VOD. That's good to know. Twitch does indeed give you channel points, but 350 points is exactly an incentive when you are sitting at 6 digits already. No, that's fair. Yeah. You only need to watch 5 minutes. Oh, that's nothing, Sandy. That's not too bad. I think it's just the idea, the activity of like remembering to watch the VOD. All right, we're gonna start, I think, with one of the easier ones. That's gonna be a lot of work because we have to move the lighting. This one we've just done. I think this is the one we're gonna change. And this one is also white. Yeah, that's the one from yesterday. Okay. We'll work on this one. And what we like is I think I like the diorite. I'm still undecided about the bottom portion, but I think I like the diorite all up top. We can maybe mess around with the bottom a little bit. So that should be an easy fix. Oh, this is the one where the lighting is going to get changed too. I've got to turn everything off. I will need at least one of those. I'm sure I forgot something. Now let's start with the lighting. Easiest way, I guess, is just to take out that honey column in the middle. Yeah, these all need to be off. Oh, this also needs, the extension, right? Well, it's a good thing we started here. I need another note block. That actually might have solved my problem. Maybe. Oh, the observer's facing the wrong way. Nuts. That might have done it. That might have done it. Yay. Fixed. Okay, let's get rid of this. Mikatu has got a 15 stream streak. Thanks very much, Mikatu. That's awesome. Lurking and drawing. That sounds awesome. All right. This needs to be lamps. Did I not bring? I didn't bring lamps. Always forget something. Sorry, bulbs, not lamps. Copper bulbs. And the inventory is full already. Yay. Okay, so we've got that going. Now we just need to put this back. And then we do the top part. Actually, I can probably just put that in the ground, can't I? So I definitely like this upper part being diorite. Seems to be the best looking solution. And then this goes there. Again with the inventory problems. It's probably those. That looks right. So it's 1, 2, 3 at the top, and then first slant we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Whoops. Whoops. Am I out of slabs? I'm out of slabs. Blast, you get a new job? That's awesome. Congratulations. Good stuff. I don't need these. That should help considerably. Okay, I think that gets that top layer all diorite. I left the andesite there on purpose. I thought that might be kind of cool to see. That looks okay, but I don't think it does. It would be neat to make that look important, but I don't exactly know how we do it. Yeah, let's just change that to diorite for now. Also here it's got, there's no overhang. Oh, I missed a spot. Yeah, it looks better with the overhang. Worth trying, but in that case, this probably won't matter, but block there, block there. Now we just need to have a consistent block below. Maybe we'll try andesite. I'm really looking forward to ripping this one out. This one is really not working. Yeah, let's try andesite. We've got all the same blocks. We're halfway there. Now, I don't want to do vents all the way to the bottom. So we'll get rid of this. Speaking of jobs, here's one for everyone. I recently got accepted into the Miming Guild. I can't tell you how excited I am. The Miming Guild? Oh. I thought it was a typo because we're playing Minecraft, but I get it now. Imagine getting hired and fired on the same day, Blast Jordan. Imagine. Oh wait, you don't have to imagine. Sandy will take care of it. It's a really subtle difference, and I feel like we might have to choose a block that has more contrast. I like this, though. I think I like the columns. We've done that on at least one other one. Blast Jordan, I proclaim my innocence. How do you do that if you can't speak? You've really backed yourself into a corner. Sandy, right there with you. Sandy, only stream delay separated our brain cell. Blast Jordan, shush. How does a mime tell me to shush? You're at a real loss. Chat room, non-visual medium. From now on, Blast Jordan has to type like action descriptions in chat. Yeah, I like the mimic. Like, I like the double layer there. I don't mind the andesite. I want to have a little bit more of it. Like, I feel like just this little box as andesite doesn't really work. I feel like I want to. I wonder if we can extend this and then make those single. Oh no, because then it's off-centered there, right? I remember that. I remember thinking that was going to work. I just feel like it needs something Like more andesite here. I'm glad I put blocks on top of these hoppers. It would be so easy to screw up this circuit. That's not terrible. I don't hate that. I need more andesite walls. It sort of mimics how the light would go too. Although it's a darker color, not a lighter color. Why can't the Ender Dragon read a book? Because it always starts at the end? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I see puns like this all the time on social media, on TikTok especially, and I'd never remember them for stream the next day. Whoops. I like the contrast here. And I feel like having a different block at the bottom, I feel like it separates the function of this top piece is like ventilation, and this looks like it's some sort of energy collection. So it's like pushes it up. I like the continuation of this angle as well. So the only debate now is like, is andesite the right block for the job? And are we limited to a block that has walls? Be my guess. All right, let's dismantle this garbage looking one. Hey, we've inadvertently made a heartbeat clock. That's cool. We could use that maybe in the future. The copper clock solution for this is really simple. I want to say, is this in the right spot? It might be. No. No, it has to be back farther. Yeah. We're going to want to turn that off. I got to move it anyway. That's annoying. This is going to be hard. Full inventory. X. Don't know if we use more honey on this one or not. I think it's probably about the same. I do like how these designs, as I iterate, they tend to get simpler. Like I feel like you refine these things over time, and usually the one I end up going with is a simple or streamlined version. It's almost like naturally in Minecraft you tend to over design stuff, and then if you take the time to refine it, you end up kind of getting, oop, crap. Well, there goes all my redstone. That's fine. We're really going back to basics here. I need to do something. I've got this. Somewhere. There it is. Yep, raining again. These are much larger than they were before. Glass is going to be one of the most painful things to have to redo. That's why I always think so carefully about like what color I'm using in glass and where I'm putting it. This is where bundles are just a pain, right? Like I can't access the thing that's in the bundle that I want. It's just dumb. Okay. I was right next to it, wasn't I? Yeah. Get rid of that. I'm assuming you're using headphones, Sandy, and that the thunder does not scare your dogs from Minecraft. I would feel very bad. I only have 5 hoppers. Should have 6 hoppers. I must have lost one. I really wish that Minecraft would like auto coalesce your items. Like if you had 2 stacks that could have easily been 1, I feel like that would be a very helpful thing. Okay, what color on the bottom do we want to try? We've done andesite. Feel like the deep slate was maybe too dark, but we could try that too. This is all diorite. I guess we could try tough. I think we did that on one though. That's the andesite one. One thing about tuff is that I'm thinking about using tuff up here. And if we have tuff down here, then it could look like it kind of goes behind. So let's try that. I haven't tried pink yet. No, I have not. I wonder why. And I've got to clear all that out, right? Yes. It's 5 and then 4. I'm probably going to need more of this. Again, it would be nice if scaffolding worked like a block and you could shift on it and not fall off the edge. I feel like there's more happening here. I need to add in a little shelf to work from. don't know why I put all that concrete there. It must have been like an old design. Well, that's better. I already did that. Leaf Storm, hello. Need to make a map of the area to see how well it would fit in. No pink. I mean, ironically, on a mushroom island, if you were keeping the native flora and fauna and mycelium, like I think pink actually would be a block to work well. Like if you worked and did like a fantasy village or something out of cherry wood, the new poplar when it comes out, obviously pale oak would look good. Like you could do some pink building in a mushroom biome if you really wanted to. I think it would look pretty good.
Shocking news! Stream has already reached the end of the first hour. Hear all about it in our next broadcast.
Thanks very much, SweetSandi, for the TTS sticker and the break reminder. Appreciate it. It's probably a good time to back away. Where's a good spot? Cool. Folks, I take a break once an hour. Gives me a chance to grab another cup of coffee, snack. You can grab a friend, let them know that we're streaming. I'm always trying to grow the channel. And check out Joel Duggan VODs if you're watching this later and you like this kind of thing, chill streams, lots of progress. Then you can subscribe on Joel Duggan VODs for free on YouTube and just watch all of the progress. I don't really play Minecraft outside of when I stream, so you can see in real time how this project came together. But I will be back in about 6 or 8 minutes. I do notice from a distance that the shadows in this shader pack are really strange. Like, if this is casting a shadow over here, all of this should be in shadow, but it's not until I get closer that it actually fills in. I wonder if there's a setting I can change that'll expand that. Mr. Pancake, hello, welcome in. How'd you find the stream? Same thing going on in here, probably. Oh wow, what's this from? Is that the old? Oh no, that's new. So that's not supposed to be a hole. I didn't do the drop on this that I did on the other ones. Let's fix that. Got a question from Old Nintendo before the break. What does Joel listen to when not streaming? What is his music genre of choice? It bops around a lot. It depends on what I'm doing. I like singer-songwriter stuff. I also enjoy, you know, some pop, but not a lot. I really like Dua Lipa. I like most of Taylor Swift stuff, but a lot of it's like classic rock. Just because that's what I grew up listening to. Let's see. I'm blanking on band names right now. It's funny, it's like not like I go out of my way to listen to bands like AC/DC, but like if it comes on the radio or the streaming service, like I'm not turning it off. There's that. I will skip over Van Halen. I kind of listened to that to the death in the 80s and then no longer interested. Old school bands like Guns N' Roses. What else? I'm blanking on her name right now, but it's a new album and she's fantastic. Give me a second, because I don't want to get this wrong. Dang it. Who is it? Led Zeppelin is a band I listen to a lot of. Olivia Dean. Olivia Dean is like a current kind of jazzy blues favorite. I like jazz. I like classical music, like not like Mozart. I mean, I like Mozart, but I don't listen to Mozart. But I listen to movie scores a lot if I'm working out, especially. I find that really fun. Why is... Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, what are these supposed to look like? These are supposed to go down and have like a bottom to them. Did it on the other side, I'm sure. Yeah, it's like 2 blocks down from the light. A jazz fan, you say? Would you believe that my actual name is Miles Davis? I did know that. I think Patreon gives you away, but yeah, that's cool. I'm not a huge Miles Davis fan. I prefer, oh, what's his name? Like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald. That's usually my preferred. Well, that's fine. This is, I guess it doesn't need to be a whole. That's also done. Okay. It's weird when you're trying to think about this build inside out. I also like the Vince Guaraldi trio, especially at Christmas time. Gillespie and Brubeck, yep. Kansas, REO. I don't know who REO is. I probably like a couple of singles from Kansas, but I can't say that it's a band that I can like say, oh yeah, that album. There's a lot of songs from that era that I like, but I don't necessarily have like the people, the bands memorized as to who made them. I'm terrible for lyrics and for song titles. Like I just, you know, there's a couple I'll remember, but most of the time I do not. All right, so these guys are, there's an observer that goes here because the first lights are at eye level. And then we have to go down farther. Because then the observer goes here. No. And we have to do the whole thing off first. And then add stuff. don't know what's going there. Back here, we want it to be yellow. All right, inventory pane. I was just thinking that Nintendo, that it's a good track. I think it's a slightly different. Where's the? Look at the time code for you as well. This is the YouTube video and the time that we're currently listening to. It might have just switched songs. I can't tell. Okay. This is actually full. So I want to do this part first. And these have got to go here. So Okay, so that's set up. We just have to put the redstone back and it'll start going. That's good. All right, so we go that. And next to that are blocks, and then we do that. Honey later. Let's get to the honey now. Then we do that, and then it's surprising. I think I mentioned this before, how much concentration this takes to not screw up. Yay, I'm glad we have enough honey. Is that right? Yes. It just goes out farther. Yeah, there's 2 rows of 4 on either side. And then I don't know what goes here. I guess orange block would be what we would put there. Or yellow. Trying to remember. Cool. Nope, here. Oh, I might run out of slabs. Oh, just enough. Nice. I really wish I could figure out how to stop the bats from spawning. I think somebody told me about like a bat spawn blocker or something. All right, so then down here, we have to do something else to try a different color. Sandy says, I finally figured out why we're called grown-ups is because we groan every time we get up. Speak for yourself, Sandy. Putting that on everyone else in chat. Anybody under 25 in chat just rolled their eyes so hard we could hear it. So I could put dark concrete in there. I could put another block. We could try yellow. I think the only thing missing is just the top part. That's got more of an overhang. That just kind of goes straight across over the walls. That does the same thing. It gets too detailed. We've not done anything that ornate on the build, so I feel like that looks out of place. It's cool for a medieval castle maybe, but not for this. I think it has to be slicker, like it back here. It's a really heavy orange glow at the bottom. A lot of orange. Wonder what this looks like if these were smaller. These right and left hand lights. It leaves like there's something above it that needs happening. I don't know if I like the androds. I think I like two tones. Like I think I prefer this bottom part being a darker color than the diorite. I think that's my favorite so far. I just don't know about the purple lights. The cool thing is we've got numbers. So I'll go around again. And out of curiosity, I'm curious what people think. So we'll go with, well, let me fix this. I don't like these. We'll put this back. It is a lot of orange. I'm mostly thinking about like this texture, the tough. We could make though, oh no, if I make them honey blocks, you'll see the lights. All right. So we've got, start at the first one. So number one is the one we did today with the andesite and purple lights. Number two is all diorite. I'm going to get rid of the end rods, but all diorite. We've got, this is tough at the bottom. And then we've got all diorite and all vents. So really it's not, ignore 4. 4 is going to change. So 1, 2, or 3, kind of like where we're thinking. Key Smash, welcome in. We're doing good. What I really want to see is what this is going to look like. I think we're done with the redstone components for now as well. I'm probably going to need those actually. Unfortunately, we need to employ Mr. Gast. Thanks. Glad you like the build. Where does this stupid lead go? I hate these things so much. I mean, I know I'm still using it, but like it's the fastest way to do this once you get past all the behavioral ticks. Thank you, SweetSandi. I thought that was the case. My guess is it's a bot. Yeah, same Cosmic. Same. I always err on the side of like, well, benefit of the doubt. All right, so we've got to fill this in. We do have Tough down here, so I think it might be fun to put Tough up here. I want to cover up the lights, and I want to minimize the amount of coverage that we encroach on the view. So one of the things that I could do is use walls for this. Really? I can't get that? Stupid cast. So we could expose some of the lights. And probably better go up in sections of 2, since we use that angle all the time. That looks a little bit funny. We might just have to do solid there. I'm going to try this with diorite on one side too. See, at least the walls don't quite encroach on the view as much. What I was hoping. We did that, we might have to make those 5 tall, which would have less of a view problem. We'd have to add in more lights than we need, but that's fine. And then remove these. I don't know if that's too much orange. Yeah, it's a little distracting. Unfortunately, it works well from in here. And we want to keep those lights because if we remove... Well, I guess we could get rid of the outside lights. No, we can't. Yeah, that would be kind of dark. I think, anyway. Let's try it. Helpful. Thank you. I don't know that that's going to be terrible. There's one without the lights. Don't know that it's that much brighter. I mean, I guess walking by is the difference. So there's lights behind here, but there's not lights behind here. There's still a lot of light. But that eliminates having an extra block out here. So it just becomes sections of 2. Which actually, that might not be great either. It's all about making some sacrifices inside and outside. Most of the place has super thick walls and I can really kind of do whatever I want outside and whatever I want inside, but there's a couple of places specifically around the windows that are pretty challenging. So if that's the case, we don't need this to go up a certain number. We can bring this down to whatever we want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I want to have some sort of form at the top. That feels a little bit funny. I guess the whole thing. Oh no, because we're covering up lights to a certain point, right? Yeah. So that's the minimum. Maybe walls. I just removed the walls. I'm gonna have to use some context. And then the top part, we've got this really cool echoed angle. So I'd like to try and bring that back down. So starting in here, that would get filled in. So out here we would do 2. And that will affect the view from inside, but not by a heck of a lot. I almost want to get rid of this part. That doesn't look as cool as I thought it would. I find these points very distracting. I don't know how I handled that in other places. There's not a lot of roof overhangs. It's a lot of just flat stuff. That's pretty good. And then the question is, like, along here, where do we want to put exposed lights? Do we want to do the whole column? I feel like once we hit 2 down here, did I answer your question, Ralph? Makes sense? We could be doing above. Whoops. I like it. I think we just need to put it a little bit higher. We've got 2 blocks there and 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. So that's just a matter of grabbing one and moving it. It's fairly simple, but it looks good. This could maybe benefit from a stair. Maybe I need to go thicker at the top too. So that's about as far low as we can go. We're actually getting some light leaking happening here. I think that's pretty good. It's a fairly simple solution. I was expecting it to be a lot more challenging. I feel like we could maybe do a little bit more up here. Oh, maybe these don't need to be here. Be flat. Time has also reached the second hour. Thanks, Sandy. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. Almost like these need to be completely cut away. Again, simpler tends to favor this build. We might even be able to get away with less here too. That looks a little flimsy. If I just completely covered this. This is probably a no, but I kind of want to see what's going on. No. Didn't think so. So inside it really doesn't affect much at all. Which is good, that's what I wanted. So now it's just a matter of deciding what materials, because we can do this with andesite as well. It doesn't have to be something high contrast like tough. Got a couple different ideas, but I like the block placement. It's just a matter of deciding on a texture. I don't know if I need the happy gas for this. I think I might be able to do it faster with scaffolding. Mr. Whippet, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Sandy, I completely missed the 100 bits from an hour ago. Thanks so much. Sorry about that. Was I on break? Maybe I was on break. So before I sleep, here we are at nighttime. I think we're going to try purple with the tough. Now that we've got orange up here, I feel like this is a lot of orange. Thankfully, I've set this up to be pretty easy to switch. Make it even easier, actually. And just to say that we tried it, let's do something over here. I feel like I've done this before, but worth a second go, I think. I think we'd have to go all the way up to the top there. I almost want this to continue up if I could, but that's the elevator, so we can't really mess with that. Yeah, this is the problem I have with this, is that this looks really funny underneath the vents. Yeah, the only other thing I can think of would be to mess around with stairs somehow. We're not going to be able to get a single column, but we could at least get 2 little squares. I think I tried this before too. No. Yeah, unless I can find a way to make these lights on the right and left hand side a little bit more subtle. I don't know what I'm going to do there. The vertical ones were okay from yesterday. Maybe keep the stair in the corners. It doesn't fit any of the shape design that we're using. We're using a lot of like very straight lines, a lot of boxes, a lot of columns. The purple looks better with the andesite, I'll say. And then we don't have anything over here. Just a curiosity, how many of these are synced up or even close to synced up? Not at all. And yeah. I think I can do it with a daylight sensor. Happy. I'm not sure how the rest of your name goes, but thanks very much. Appreciate it. Glad you like it. Can you move the lights further in and cover them with another layer of glass? No. No, the issue is if I move the lights in farther, they light up the back of these honey blocks. So directly behind this is this, right? If I move the lights back here, then they light up this column, and then this becomes less dramatic. So I'm prioritizing the lights here. One thing that we could do is that at a later date, like I could come up with a really cool map art design and then just put whatever lights we want back here and then just cover this whole thing in like a map art pattern. And that could work. The bots are out in force today, it looks like. It would be easy to make I think the single straight row design could have worked with the extruded tough sides. No, because it does line up with this. We've got a double thing here. I'd have to probably sacrifice the vents. I don't think that this looks good here. Right, you've got this is off center because this is 4 wide. I think it works if it wasn't for the vents, or if I wanted to make the vents single column, but then I don't know. I kind of like the way that the vents look. Iron bars are not going to make it look less bright. The Quoob, hello. Not much for chatting, but I want to let you know that the work you put into designs is impressive. Well, thanks. I've probably said that before, but thanks again for sharing your process. Hey, no problem. I appreciate the feedback. I worry sometimes that my streams are a little bit slow compared to others, and people are used to fast progress, or people having spent hours in creative building something before coming into Minecraft to do it. And I do everything live, so I don't do any. The only time I've prepped stuff in a creative world is that I've had to like copy someone's redstone or build my own redstone contraption for like a big farm, and I just don't want to go through that on stream live. Although I did the clock for this live, and I went through a bunch of iterations that ultimately failed, and we ultimately got to the hopper circle, and that's what makes this nice strobe effect. But yeah, I'm cool with this. I kind of wonder how quickly I can bang out another couple of these columns just to see if we can get to a better finished state today. guess I could. I've got diorite on me. Let's just grab a bunch of blocks and see how far I can get in the next 15 minutes. The only thing I really need is andesite slabs. Not very many stairs. Need a lot more blocks though. Don't need that or this. Diorite stairs. I need more diorite slabs. You know what? Maybe we'll try some deep slate too. Okay, where's the andesite one? Is the one that I'm most curious about. Not that one. This one. So we got rid of this. I think there was stairs. Sandy says, I agree with the Coob. As much fun as it is to see all those amazing builds some creators makes, they almost never show how much work is behind it. Thanks. I appreciate that. 1, 2, 3. So 3 stairs and then, or 3 blocks in the stair, and then 2 blocks. 3 blocks in a stair. So 1, 2, 3. That's, oh, come on. We've got stair here, stair there, then it's just 2 blocks. This build in particular has caught my attention many a time. The relative simplicity of the shapes make me think of brutalist architecture, but reframed into sci-fi. I love it. Thanks. Yeah, no, that's 100% what I've been trying to go for. I'm glad you picked up on that. I mean, there's inspiration. Like I've got this guy and this guy, which are pretty brutalist in their shapes. This was more for color reference, and then this was more for shape. And then this is kind of like what we're thinking about for the outside stuff. And then this is just a lot of other like internal shape design. I like these like over, down, like these chamfered corners and vents. That's the kind of stuff I'm trying to go for. This was shape layering, like panel layering that I really liked. But the main inspo is probably this and this. All right, so we've got 3 in a stair and then 2 blocks, and it slabs all the way up. And then from the top, it's 3 blocks down and then a slab. Blocks down and then a stair. All right, I think I can remember all that. I guess it was important to use the happy gas to get one done, but then now that we know what we're doing, it's a lot faster. I'm probably going to run out of blocks, though. That's the only thing. So it was 3 blocks from here. I'm probably going to have to go double check this. I think it's directly over the top. Yeah, so 3 blocks and then a slab, 1 block and then an upside down stair. One block, upside down stair. And 3 blocks next to that. So just 1 block at the bottom. Okay. There, and then slab. Now stop on the white on this side. I think I've got them pushing past that on the other side. I think they might look a little bit better when they don't stop. Kind of feel like, wonder if we could do a stair here. Crap. No, that doesn't fit design, does it? Nope. Keep it simple. I like that floating ring. I'll have to remember that idea of like having multiple rings floating around. Retro Shaggy subscribing with Prime, 11 months, coming up on a full year. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Retro. Really appreciate that. So that's the andesite. And now we'll go do the diorite. So 3 blocks up stair, 2 blocks and then slabs, and then just like single stair, single. That should be pretty easy to remember. He says. Is it this one? Yes. Let's do this one. Now the diorite might clash with the white concrete. One, two, three. There? Where's the stair out here? Stairs out here. Yes, and then 2 in the middle. From here, it's just 1, 2. Oh, you can't see that. The outside. To cover that part up. Yeah, the diorite does not look super great next to the white concrete. And unfortunately, we don't have stairs and slabs in concrete. Asterisks. Yet. Please. This area and this build and everything I want to do in here would be so much more fun with stairs and slabs and concrete. It's not terrible though. I never thought from down here they almost look like little, they look like little end rods almost. Yeah, and I don't like the end rod design. I'm not sure what we would put in there. This one's different. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't dislike it. Definitely needs something though. I think white looks better than purple. It's just a matter of how to achieve that in a way that looks good. Nice. Well, that is at least at nighttime. That's all diorite going up to the top, which is not the end of the world. Like that's pretty good. The stairs are a little bit much. Like they throw me a little bit because we don't have that level of detail really anywhere. This build has certainly come a long way. Oh yeah, it's been like 6 months. No, almost 8. We started in October. Will there be a whole sci-fi city or just this build? Either way, I can't wait to see it's finished. Oh yeah, I'm gonna not a city so much as like a compound. Like it'll be like a big facility. There'll be other buildings. Yeah, other buildings. I want this to become like a farming area for me. So like there'll be a super smelter and there'll be fuel and how to get the fuel from this fuel source to the super smelter and all that stuff. I don't think it's going to be the most efficient. I'm going to try to make it like complicated on purpose. But we didn't finish this one. That's fine. I think it's really down to those 3 choices. Like it's all diorite, diorite and tough, or diorite and andesite. There's the diorite and tough in the sunlight. It's a little bit boring when it's all diorite. Like it's not awful, but it's just a little bit boring. Like I feel like because this is the same color, this kind of wants there to be continuation here, but then that will block the view in the window. Honestly, I could probably swap out this back column. I don't know that this has to be concrete. Like I feel like I could change this concrete to whatever block we're using. I think that would be okay. It's not bad. I thought it was going to clash more, but like here, for example, like we could replace that concrete with all andesite. We don't have to. It would be worth trying. I shouldn't say andesite. Tough in that case. I feel like the darker middle helps the windows. This also feels lighter in terms of structural, so it feels like it's not as supportive as a darker material. The last one that we need to try, we'll do, not today, I don't think, but we'll do deep slate. Because there's deep slate there and deep slate there, so deep slate going up the middle might look cool. Actually, you know what? I probably have time. Yeah, you know what? Do I have it all in here? I need more blocks than that, maybe? The deep slate may look too dark from the inside. It may make the elevator look dark. Oh, that's a slab. Full block. Like this, I think. Block, stair, block, slab. Block, stair, block, slab. So this is where the white might not be great. And it's not that dark. Like, I don't know. Like, that's andesite. I don't know that the deep slate is all that much darker. Oh, I missed a couple. Yeah, I could see that maybe if we got rid of the white column and actually made that deep slate as well. Or we turned it into gray concrete. That could be an option. I don't mind the gray. I think andesite might be winning as far as my preference so far. I think my least favorite is all white. Thursday streams where Joel ignores the rules of breaks and just keeps going. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. Don't know if we can see two at once. Probably not. Oh, maybe. I mean, there's very little difference between tough and deep slate, right? In terms of being this far away. I think I'm leaning andesite. I like having these like rows of lights high up. I think that helps with like this angle. It helps it feel like it's got a lot more going on. I should have thought about putting lights in there. I guess we still could. Cool. All right. Well, lots to think about. That's for sure. I'm going to see who's playing some Minecraft. I believe Pixelriff is live. Is Pixelriff close to wrapping up? I don't know. Oh, he's playing bingo. So Minecraft bingo for Pix. Stenos is also live. And maybe just started. In the forever world. Up to you, chat. Let me know. I will be back tomorrow. We are not playing Minecraft tomorrow. I'm going to take a break and we are going to play something else. It probably will be Solarpunk. There's also a couple of other games. I think Spacecraft just launched in early access on Steam. I'm going to take a very close look at that and see what's up there. I've been looking at that for a while. And I am going to be back on Saturday with Minecraft, of course. Point you towards the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcast. On Friday night, I'm going to go watch Masters of the Universe with Steven and Alistair and my buddy Scott. And then we'll report back on the Citadel Cafe, just Steven and I, next week. And you can listen live to that if you're in the Discord. And to get into the Discord, you can do either a Twitch sub, Prime sub, or check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan to support me here on the stream. And it's only $2 a month, less than a cup of coffee once a month. And it does a great deal to help me stream because it's more consistent as far as just like income support. So if you enjoy this content, the easiest thing you can do is just tell friends. It's free. You can bring everybody in. There's a Joel Duggan VODs channel on YouTube. But if you do decide that you want to support, check out Patreon. It's very affordable. Get you access to the community in the Discord. And we all have a lot of fun. Talk about the games we're playing and share different things. Lots of food and pets and things like that. It's a good little social community. I'm a little biased because I think the people in there are great, but that's just me. You can find me on social media, Joel Duggan, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.